Alright, everyone, are you ready to be wrong on the internet?
Always.
Wait, we're wrong? Damn it.
Jake, where the hell were you for the past year and a half?
Well, we were right one time. We remember with the Nintendo, when we were talking about the Nintendo, crap, what was it? The, where you could play all the games again. You could buy all the games.
Oh,
I
virtual
forgot what that
console.
was called. Yeah, that's it. We were right about that.
Actually, you were right on Last Guardian. Like, I remember, like, right before Sony's E3 last year, I was like, they're not going to show Last Guardian. Last Guardian's going to be canceled. And then literally, the first thing they talk about is Last Guardian, and I'm like, oh shit.
Well, yeah, that's what I put it out there, and you're like, no, they're not. I was like, the rumors of last year went up like tenfold. So there was like, there has to be something about it. So, that's right. I think I was the one who put it out there.
I think we all know what Nintendo's doing this year, which is kind of disappointing because usually when we get surprises from Nintendo, they're usually good. Except unless it's last year.
Yeah.
But look at the bright side. At least they came out and said, we're going to suck this year, so okay.
Nintendo pretty much came out in their investors meeting and said, hey guys, we got nothing to show, so basically here's Zelda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they have like 4 other games that I don't really care about.
We have Pokemon. You guys like Pokemon?
Yeah, no.
You guys like Pokemon, right?
Sorry.
Apparently there are people who disagree with me, whatever. But, I don't know. Nintendo always has a habit of surprising us. Like, pleasantly, at least.
Yeah.
So.
But I don't think about this year. I don't. I'm sorry.
Come on, this is the first E3 without Iwata, so this is going to be really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's...
So, part of me is nervous is that this might be, like, the new direction they're going, where they're just going to say fuck E3 and just do shit like this, or they're going to completely do a 180 and say, hey, we changed your minds, here's the NX and all these other games. But I don't think that's going to happen at all. That would be...
Yeah. That's stretching it.
The likely probability of that is...
The probability of that is -3.
Yeah, so there's not really much to not talk about. There's not a lot to talk about Nintendo. At least actually EA came out with theirs today.
So since we know exactly what game...
shit.
So,
well, come
how
on,
about
you're
this?
not for
Since we know exactly what games...
No!
Why?
Because it's... First off, it's Titanfall. Did you see how dead the PC community was, even when I got my free 48 hours?
It's because it's on Origin!
Yeah, because it's on
That wasn't even... No, that's not even the major problem. It just wasn't a good game, especially to PC gamers.
My bro...
As someone who's played Titanfall, I will say this. I have fun with it, but it also felt pretty mediocre.
It's not worth the price tag.
Yeah, it's not worth the $60.
My brother 100% hates shooters, and he loves the game.
He's like
an anti-shooter game.
If they release Titanfall as like a $20 or even $30 game, I could say, hey, you know what, this is pretty fun.
As I would go.
Yeah, but as a $60 game, no.
No, like Jake suggested, it's not that much of a shooter. It's actually really easy to kill people. Because you have a giant death robot tethered to your ragdoll corpse.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much Titanfall.
Then they released footage from Battlefield 1, which looked pretty good. I didn't really see any of it. I watched some clips from it. It looks like a lot of fun, like it's Battlefield in World War I, but a weird World War I.
Yeah, I think that's the problem, though.
Doesn't really look like World War I guess. And
then I guess that's not my issue with it. Like,
what's your issue?
Is that it looks like a Battlefield game, and not even one of the older good Battlefields, just a reskin of Battlefield 3.
which people would.
Oh yeah, that was the Battlefield 4. Shit. Kind of just blurred together.
So is it 3 or 4? Because I heard 3 was decent.
Yeah, I heard 3 was really decent, actually. I knew a lot of people that liked 3. People said it was as good as 2, but...
4 is the one that had all the problems.
Yeah, because that was a launch
problem. That really liked Bad Company 1 and left after Bad Company 2.
I didn't play any of them, so...
I've only played the first mission of the solo campaign of 4 on the PS4.
I know,
my 48 hour, my 48 hours of Battlefield 4. Ha! I only spent like 2.
So here's what I'm thinking: since we know exactly what games Nintendo is going to show, why don't we make predictions on those 2?
But that would defeat the purpose.
5.
That's not predictions. That's just stating what's going to happen.
I think Link. I don't know, guys. I think Link is going to be in the next Zelda game. What about you guys?
Oh, I can't wait for the female Link. Because she's grabbed.
Guys, what if Zelda is in the Zelda game?
No.
I mean,
but what if Zelda was a girl? Questions that Kotaku asks.
I remember I was reading a Twitter conversation, and there was legit a person who asked, "What if Zelda was a girl?" And there were so many people on there, like, sarcastically answering the question and kind of like just kind of messing with her. And the entire time, she just assumed that Link was Zelda. It was so hilarious.
I actually have a similar story.
People think this.
I love those people.
I actually have a similar story, because I actually go to an art school, and even though I'm an animation student, I actually very frequently talk with people who's in, like, game design and game programming, and I swear to God, there was this girl who was in this program, and she had no idea what meant that, and she had no idea that Samus was a girl. She says, "Oh, I want to go into game design because I don't think there's enough female protagonists." And I'm like, "Do you know who Samus is?"
Yeah, the second she says no, you just kind of laugh at her and walk away.
Well, she also explained that she grew up on, like, the Sega games, but still, even if you've never played Metroid, that's pretty much common knowledge at this point.
I mean, to be fair, Sega Genesis had plenty of games.
Yeah.
The Sega Saturn, the Sega Saturn didn't have any games. Like, the few games that were released for it were pretty good, but...
Yeah. Sega Saturn, like, that's the next console that I want to get. Like,
oh yeah, wasn't there rumors going around about Sega getting back into the console wars?
Come on, that's like saying, this Xbox is dropping out of the console wars because they found out it's too much money. It's not gonna happen. No, I'm sorry.
Well, here's the thing.
Technically, they made a glorified TV box with the console built in.
Oh, speaking of Xbox, apparently the Slim got leaked, and I know this is gonna sound weird, but they actually have there's actually like a picture of it on its side, and I'm like, why the fuck was this not in the original model?
Yeah, I mean, PlayStation's been doing that since PS2.
Yeah.
Well, the 360 did it too, and they were like, you know, we're just gonna stop at this one. Yeah,
the 360 did. In fact, they actually showed, like, the big, like, picture that they showed a lot of people was the 360 standing up.
That was some people would call it this, like, the selling point of it, because it looked just nicer on its side.
Yeah, like, I actually like stacking up consoles on its side because it kind of saves a bit of room in some places.
Yeah.
If you get, like, even the Wii U can do that.
You own a 360?
Yes, I own a 360.
No, not you. Radomir.
No, I don't. I'm sorry, I'm a Sony fanboy. I've never owned a...
Okay,
What's Jade?
You're boy after my own heart. I love you, Radomir. I'm a PlayStation fanboy too. So.
Well, the thing is, I grew up with my first console that I played with my dad was the Genesis. Then we gave that to my cousin. Watched it get quickly destroyed by them, and then they bought me a PS1. Then, yeah, PS1, we sold that, bought a PS2, sold that, PS3, and then my parents were like, why are we selling our games? Why are we selling our kids games again? They love it, they hate it when we sell them, and we're not getting enough money to justify it. And then they stopped selling my games. But it took them forever. But anyways, yeah, so I own...
Who's in the background? I'm trying to figure it out.
Those are my roommates. They have guests.
Okay.
They're having a pizza party.
No problem. But yeah, my dad actually played a lot of video games when I was little. I mean, he always played on the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I just realized on XSplit I accidentally typed in 2006 instead of 2016.
So what came up? I'm kind of interested. What came up? Like what games E3 2006 were released?
This is actually a 10-year-old podcast. We're predicting the future 10 years from now.
Because we talked about somehow Titanfall came out 10 years ago.
So I hear the PS3 is like really expensive, right?
What? No.
There's some rumors going around that it's going to be $599 US, but I think that's too high. Sony would never do that.
No, that's only the 80 gig version. And
yeah, but at least you can go back to actually, there was a rumor that you can go back to even to PS1. So does that kind of equal it out? The answer is no.
No, it does not.
The answer is no.
I'll tell you what though. The fact that I can dig out my old Brainfreezerrr Musashi disc and shove it in my PS3 and it works just fine is great. And it actually looks better than when I put it back in my PS2.
10 out of 10.
It was worth it, honestly.
Right.
Because like I grew up with the PS1, so sticking all my old games in there. Well, once my parents didn't.
The very first gaming console I ever owned was a PS2. So that's why I'm a Sony fanboy. It's because of that.
Yeah, you that was like the golden age of PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah, my very first 3 games were Jack and Dexter, Ratchet and Clank, and Sly Cooper.
The first game I ever remember buying in a store was the original Spyro the Dragon.
Yeah.
So
I don't even remember what games I bought.
But yeah, first games I remember playing was actually Super Mario World and Link to the Past, and I still play those every now and again.
Yeah, fair.
Alright, let's see. Let's actually go back to making predictions.
Yes, let's get back to the topic that we were there. Let's get back on topic.
Alright,
okay, so we covered a bit of your childhood. We were on Xbox.
Okay.
About standing it up on its side?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. I know this isn't necessarily Xbox, but I have a feeling that EA is going to team up with Sony for Titanfall 2.
You mean like what Activision did?
Yeah,
like that?
Yeah, I think they're going to pull an Activision.
They already discussed it with the you remember the Titanfall devs were actually really pissed because the for the console exclusives, Titanfall 1 was Xbox, but for some reason the devs were either pissed or elated, something like that.
Well,
that it was going to go multi-console.
Well, they were pissed because then they were find out that the Xbox One wasn't selling well, so they wanted to break the terms of the contract, which it's not good to break terms of a contract.
No, I don't think they were going to do that because that would get them like their company would just turn it into a
right. But what I'm suggesting is that EA do what Activision did with Call of Duty Black Ops 3, I think, and just say, hey, we're going to put all of our content on PS4 first.
Well, no, like the DLC for it first. Like
yeah, pretty much that.
Okay.
What Activision has with Sony.
Yeah. Ever since I built my computer, I just kind of walked away from consoles.
Yeah, but let's go back to Xbox.
More Gears of War?
Okay, I think that's a safe bet. We'll probably definitely see more Gears 4.
I don't keep up to date with them. Maybe there was a rumor.
I remember they did announce a new Gears of War.
They announced that
last year.
Oh, that was last year? Shit.
Yeah, that was last year. So I think it's a safe bet to say that they'll show off like more gameplay, definitely.
Perhaps. Yeah.
Probably new Forza, maybe.
I I mean, yeah.
Well,
they're probably gonna announce
Forza
a new
6
FIFA.
came out last year, so there's... I don't know where they can go at this point. I think maybe Horizon 3?
They have to have something that's competition with sport for Gran Turismo Sport. So they're probably going to release maybe a new Horizon.
Yeah,
actually, you know what?
Release a new
Let's
Forza.
go to... Actually, you know what? New Gran Turismo. Now that you bring that up, that might happen. A new Gran
When's the last
Turismo on
Gran
PS4.
Gran Turismo already announced, which was Gran Turismo Sport. And it looks godlike.
I mean, racing games have always had looked really good.
Yeah, like, if you want to show off the fancy new graphics of your console, make a racing game. Because we all know what cars look
Gran
like.
Turismo Sport, okay.
Yeah, Gran Turismo Sport. That's the new Gran Turismo. They're not going to
Okay, maybe we'll probably see more of that.
Yeah.
But that's for PlayStation. But
yeah, it's PS. Well, like Gran Turismo has always been PS4 exclusive or PlayStation exclusive.
Let's see what else. I would be surely surprised if I see Silent Hill on Xbox.
Silent Hill's been released on Xbox for a while now.
No, the new Silent Hill.
There's a new one.
Holy
shit! Tom Hewlett left.
PT. You mean the
I
one
thought
that...
PT was dead.
Yeah, it's dead.
But
it got canned.
But there was terms of a contract between Microsoft and them.
You're talking about that rumor that was debunked about Konami teaming up with Xbox.
Was it fully debunked?
Yeah, no, like, they canned it pretty early. I don't think they would have had a contract with Xbox.
If they did come out with it, I would have bought an Xbox One just for it. I don't
like
horror.
I stopped playing after 3.
I do not like horror games at all, but I watched PT with 5 different people playing PT, and I jumped every single time. I'm just like, this is just too good.
Granted, it's a significant improvement over the Tom Hewlett saga. That being said, it's still not as good as Team Silent.
I'm not a big horror fan, so... But, let's see. Who else?
Back to Xbox.
What else for Xbox?
Let's see.
Maybe a clip for Halo? Or announcing it?
No, I think it's still too early.
A little too early? You probably think...
Yeah, Halo 5 just came out practically.
Actually, no, here's my prediction. They're going to go COD on it in the sense that they're going to bring in a new team to develop this year's Halo so that 303 has time to deliver next year's Halo.
Oh, no.
If they do that, I'm sorry, it gets royally fucked. If it does that, it gets royally fucked. Then, like, what's the point?
Agreed. But COD did it. It's successful. Therefore, they have a successful business model to...
Well, that's what Activision thinks. Like, this is the second time they're making the rounds. Like, this is...
Well, Radomir's not wrong in this inference.
You have to think of it... You have to think about it from a business person's
point of
perspective.
view.
Because, like, for the fans of the old games, COD was ruined. That did not stop them whatsoever because they made so much money off of it anyways.
Right. But then again, Halo 5 was probably... I think that was the worst-selling Halo in, like, the series.
My brother, who's a huge Halo fan,
Angry Joe was also a huge Halo fan, and he gave it,
My
like, a
brother said
really
that-
low review.
My brother, who
I mean, it's Angry Joe.
like he's sometimes really brutal about some stuff. He said the storyline was just fine in his own opinion. He's like, was it weak? Yes, but was it good? Yeah, he didn't mind it at all.
It was weak? Oh, man. I kind of figured the one where Master Chief turns traitor for good reason would actually be the strongest story.
My brother said that at least the ending was good. Like, there was a huge fight.
I was about to say, because, like...
That's what he told me.
Okay, because, like, from what I've never owned an Xbox, but I have played enough Halo to know that the story's always been at least good.
My brother said the online...
Yeah, that kind of stops at Halo 3.
My brother said...
Does it? No, Reach was good. Reach was good.
Reach was good because Bungie was behind it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Basically, after Reach, they're all mediocre.
Okay, I can believe that.
I love Reach's online. That was actually one of my favorite onlines.
Because, here's the thing, like, with Halo 3, they did it to finish the trilogy, and they ended it pretty well. Reach was basically a prequel to the original trilogy. Halo
Which was
4
a long time.
onward, they're basically just making it because it sells. There's really no soul behind them now.
Yeah, it's unless my brother said if they make a game off the miniseries, he wouldn't mind that.
Forward Unto Dawn?
No, that's not.
Yeah.
That's just a whole movie. That's not a mini.
No. There was like there was these side missions of Halo 4, which my brother actually really liked, that led up to Halo 5.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I haven't played it myself, but I know what you're talking about.
My brother said that those were just as enjoyable as actually the full game.
Yeah, I would believe that.
Because they said they had this little tiny AI bot, and it said it was hilarious. He had a British accent and everything.
Oh yeah, I remember when I have a console peasant as a roommate, and when Halo 5 was he pre-ordered it, he pre-downloaded it, and when it was released, I watched him play it, and your AI companions become much more crucial, but they're just as stupid. And it's I'm not sure how to describe it, but watching him interact with his AI companions just brought me back to when I played Republic Commando, except worse.
Just worse. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, and that's a feat, because the Republic Commando AI, they were pretty good, but they weren't good enough to play hard mode on with.
Alright, so back on topic. I don't know why,
Sorry.
but this always happens, that we always end up getting off topic
That
during
was just
these
a small
things.
tangent. We're back on Halo.
Alright.
Okay.
Well, let's just get back to Xbox in general.
Okay.
This is just something that popped in my mind while trying to get us back on topic, but Rare's Sea of Thieves. Like, I think we could all agree that the Rare now is not the Rare it used to be, but
I mean, that stopped happening after
what-
Rare was bought out.
I would argue that happened after Nuts and Bolts, because I think Nuts and Bolts was mostly Microsoft fucking with them.
True. I think you're right. What was it? I think John made a good analysis when he played the game.
Yeah, he
It's
was
a good
like,
game, but it's not a
No.
Banjo-Kazooie game.
Yeah,
not
he was
only
like,
that, but they
look at
had the
this
assets
huge
for
world,
a
this-
real Banjo-Kazooie game.
yeah, like it probably started off as like an actual Banjo 3, but then once Microsoft got their hands on it, they're like, no, this isn't going to work. We need to make it different.
Which they said that in Ukulele trailer, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
My dad even got a kick out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I showed it to him because he was the biggest Banjo-Kazooie fan
I
ever.
will say this: even though it's not the same team even though it's not the same studio it used to be, there were still a lot of very talented people at Rare now, and I'm actually kind of looking forward to see what they do with Sea of Thieves. It seems to look like an MMO version of like the pirate thing of Black
It
Flag.
looks like was it the War of Isaac? What was it called? It's an online game.
Yeah, like
looks like that.
Yeah, my first impression of it was that this seems like first-person World of Warcraft, but with pirates.
First war with pirates? Huh? I didn't get that impression when I first saw the gameplay of it. I'm kind of Warship of Isaac.
I remember.
It's an online PC game, and some famous YouTubers love playing it as a group. But it looks like a strictly online game.
It's an MMO game according to the internet.
Well, then again, of course, the internet's never wrong, so...
I mean, they know more than I do. Or at least on this topic.
Or they will like you to think that they know what.
Yeah, the internet knows more than you do, and I bet WebMD has a very good hand on medicals.
Damn, son.
That guy thought it was funny.
Yep. But let's see, what's anything more from Xbox?
I want to know if Phantom Dust is canceled or not, because I saw the trailer of that a couple years ago, and I'm like, okay, that looks really cool. Then I looked it up. Apparently, it's a card game.
Oh, ew.
It's a card?
I don't know. Like, let's see. Crackdown looks.
Are you talking about a remake to Phantom Dust? Because the one I just
I think it was a
Googled is
remake of Phantom Dust. It
Okay,
was
I
an
was about to
original
say.
Xbox game that didn't sell too well. Because maybe it's because it was a fucking card game.
What? Card games don't sell anymore? Hush Hush, slacker, hush.
Let's see.
You
You know what? I wouldn't put this out of the way, but maybe they'll announce backward compatible Red Dead Redemption. I know that sounds weak,
That's
but
not gonna happen.
No, it's not gonna happen because the remake's gonna come out this year.
you're
Is
expecting...
that confirmed?
There's been a lot of these screenshots actually has jumped in this last couple months than any other as in any other rumor.
But you really think people would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
Well, no, just as like, oh, this is leaked, but then it's good, but it's just more than it usually has been. And just in past, just for example, look at The Last Guardian. The rumors have jumped over 6 months right before it was released that said yes, we're doing this. So statistically, I think people have been asking it for years. So why not just release it now? People getting of a nostalgic point of view, plus a new fan base of it, and then putting a new one out there, like next year.
I don't know. That sounds like a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen at Xboxes. Maybe it's gonna happen at PlayStations.
But what you're saying is that you're just predicting that in general.
In general, yeah. I think this year it's gonna happen. That Red Dead Redemption is going to have a remaster, and maybe it's going out to PC too for this PC peasants.
If they do create a PC version of Red Dead Redemption, I'm probably gonna just pre-order that immediately.
Yeah, everyone is, especially
even though we shouldn't pre-order games according to Total Biscuit.
No. I don't think you're catching that correctly. That's what a lot of people say. I don't think that's what Total Biscuit says. Pre-ordering games isn't bad in and of itself, but it's bad to pre-order games from companies and series that have a reputably bad launch.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way of putting it.
Okay.
Like, I will freely pre-order the next From Software game because I've been playing their games since I was 4 years old, and I'm positive the quality of their next game is going to blow me away.
Actually, you know what? That's a good question to ask. What is From Software going to work on next?
That's the thing. They say that they're done with the Soul series for now. They're putting that aside, putting it on deep freeze, pulling it out for, next time they have a rainy day. There's a lot of, I don't know. From what I can tell, all the few Armored Core fan bases that are still around are assuming that they're either giving Armored Core the Kingsfield Demon Souls treatment, or they're making another Armored Core game. Because they said they wanted to work on mechs again, and what other mech
you know what? I just thought of this. What if they took the 3 Dark Souls games and they put them into like one collection?
Nah.
3S came out too recently to do that. If they do it in the next 5 years, like 5 years from now, then yeah, that would be a possibility because 3 just came out.
I mean, they did it with Metroid Prime Trilogy.
The problem is that's like whether or not you. No matter how you look at it, the 3 Dark Souls games are 3 separate games. They have the content of 3 separate games. Putting that together in one big game would not only be a bit of a mess because they all have slightly altered engines, but it's all. How do I explain that?
Not if you reconfigure them all to the exact same engines, which
that's not pain in
the ass.
Yeah, that's not easy.
But if it would be like the biggest pain in the ass ever.
Okay, the thing is though. Yeah, no. Not only that, but Dark Souls 3 is programmed to run on PS4. It's the only Dark Souls game that can do that. So they'd have to work on the engine a lot, and that's addition to putting it all together in one gigantic game that would probably be too big for Xbox.
Yeah, that'd be like a 90 gig game.
Yeah.
Be a lot bigger than GTA.
All right, so now okay, but still, that doesn't answer the question. What is From Software working on next?
Like I said, I firmly believe it's either going to be another Armored Core game or a spiritual successor to Armored Core.
I'm going with spiritual. I'm going with spiritual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if they do really want to make a new Armored Core game, which
it's gonna have to be big.
It's gonna happen big, but will it live up to the expectations? No, but if it's a spiritual...
Well, the thing is that Armored Core fans' expectations are low. That's why they're considering a spiritual successor.
Yeah, okay, I can see it. I can see it from that point of view because it's been so long. They just they rather get a box filled with something than nothing.
No, not only that. The expectations are low because a lot of people think 5 and Verdict Day were the worst games in the series by far. And while I disagree, I'm not the public at large, and therefore I only make up a very small fraction of the money that actually goes to supporting the game. So it's just like Kingsfield 4 and 3 weren't nearly as good as 1 and 2. So like watching the series peter out like that, they wanted to make they wanted a vanity project. They wanted to make another Kingsfield game, but there's no way they're gonna. At least the way they thought, there was no way they were gonna sell another Kingsfield game. So call it Demon Souls, give it an entirely different lore and look, overhaul the engine to where it only contains the spirit of the Kingsfield game and release it. And then we got Demon Souls. It was a massive hit, and they just expanded on the series to a staggering degree. If they do that with Armored Core, I would not mind in the slightest.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea, actually. So I think so what I'm learning is that Xbox isn't that interesting. We don't have a lot of ideas of what Microsoft is doing.
Because ever since like 2012, when they originally like announced the Xbone, everything they've announced at E3 has been a massive disappointment for me personally.
Well, it doesn't really help when you're on a PlayStation
Cameron's going to be recording his reaction.
No, that's not even the problem. When it comes to the individual games, I'm not biased. As consoles, I liked the PS3 and PS4 more, even if the PS3 was slightly weaker.
PS3 was technically the most powerful console of its generation. It just
but it was also the most asinine to work with.
Exactly. That's why nobody wanted to work with it. That's why a lot of devs and that's why a lot of devs moved to the 360, just because it was easier for them to program for the thing.
Right. Well, Naughty Dog probably had an easier time because they only had to make it exclusive. So once they got used to the engine, that's no big deal. But
just think about that year gap that they had to do of just figuring out this bloody system.
It wasn't even that, because for them they just figured it out and went with it. For people who made cross-platform games, they had to learn both that new architecture of the PS3 and keep up with the Xbox 360.
That's also kind of the reason why we didn't get a lot of games down the line either, because nobody wanted to program for a new control scheme. They just wanted a controller.
No, that wasn't the problem. It's a lot more technical than that. Basically, the way the CPU and GPU worked were really weird, and it was really hard to work with because it was a completely different instruction set that they put into it. So you had to relearn it, and that's the same problem that the Xbone had, at least initially, because their GPU and CPU shared the RAM.
Overhauled. If I remember correctly, they overhauled it for the very first couple months to try to get the architecture right.
Yeah, like the Xbone, they had to seriously redo it just to avoid pissing people off. It's like it seems the tables have turned. The Sony learned with the PS3. Okay, let's make a simpler architecture that'll work.
I love what the PlayStation people said. I thought that was hilarious what they said. They said we don't understand what's making the PS4 so popular until they kind of found out because it's easier. Got it.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, as a computer programmer who's actually learned a computer processor instruction set, that actually makes a huge difference because the instruction set is not fun to work with.
Right. That's also why Wii U hasn't gotten a lot of ports. It's because, again, it's a completely different set of instructions.
Well, not only it's not necessarily instructions per se, because I haven't heard any complaints for the processor itself. It's the fact that its interface is so unique and hard to work with.
It's the gamepad. It's that fucking gamepad.
It's the gamepad and the Wii remotes. No one's ever gotten... People have gotten used to the Wii remotes, but a lot of devs still have a problem with it.
Let's see. Let's see.
Here's what Nintendo needed to do with the Wii U. What they needed to do was they needed to take that Pro Controller and package it in with every single Wii U. That way, devs can say, "Oh, we don't want to work with the gamepad. We just want a regular controller in our hands."
They're not gonna be able to pull another DualShock 2 or DualShock 1. That's not gonna happen. Like they're way too far into the Wii U's
I'm saying they needed to do this from the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
No. If they did that, they'd be fine.
If they did that, they probably wouldn't have any problems with third party.
You know, it's like you're just getting back in your time machine, and you do that.
Okay, I'll go back to 2006, which is apparently when this episode takes place.
Yeah, so you don't even need to time travel.
Exactly.
Yeah, we traveled. Yeah, this whole episode spans like 10 years.
This will be the longest recording in history. Get out the record books.
Have you seen that picture that says, like, Big Man Tyrone laughs for 20 years?
Yes.
Let's see. You want to start talking about PlayStation now, or?
Yeah, let's talk about PlayStation.
Okay, number one for me, Sly Cooper. Please, Sly Cooper.
Are we talking hopes or expectations?
Hopes.
Both.
Hopes.
Yeah, Sly Cooper. Expectations, no Sly Cooper. But hopes, yes, please.
Yes, please, Sly Cooper.
I want a Sly Cooper motor so bad.
Actually, you know what? I don't expect it to come from Sucker Punch, but I do want to know what Sanzaru's working on. I'm pretty sure Sanzaru's...
Speaking of Sucker Punch, are they gonna make another Infamous game?
I don't know.
Because the thing is, I don't want Sucker Punch. Like, I want Sucker Punch on the new Sly Cooper if they're gonna make a Sly Cooper.
Actually, I thought Sanzuro did a pretty good job.
Yeah, Sanzuro actually, out of all the games, I thought that one was the best for storyline-wise, number 4.
Yeah,
like, honestly, I wouldn't mind Sanzaro working on a new Sly Cooper game, because they pretty much stuck to the original formula really well.
Yeah, I think they improved some points.
Like, yes, I think it would be amazing if Sucker Punch did go back to do another Sly Cooper game, but I don't think that would ever happen. I think, if anything, they would probably do a new IP.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which would be...
Do another IP?
No, the rumors right now for Sucker Punch is a new Spider-Man game for...
right, we talked about this.
Which I hope happens. Actually, just imagine like Infamous, like an Infamous area, but
Infamous,
with
Infamous style engine
with Spider-Man in it.
Yeah, basically they just need to copy the trailer.
Now, ordinarily I would call bullshit on that, but considering how Sony and Spider-Man have a pretty long-lasting relationship with each other, I wouldn't put it past them.
You know Sony owns the movie rights. Yeah, you know Sony owns the movie rights to Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
Well, not anymore.
No, they still do.
They just made that agreement to have Spider-Man show up in Civil War. That was the agreement.
Yeah, well, just not that. I was like, all the movies now will go through Marvel, but anything that goes to advertisement goes through Sony.
No.
No, that wasn't it?
Sony owns the movie rights to Spider-Man, and I'm pretty sure they can make video games all they want to.
But I'm surprised they didn't do that earlier, too.
Actually, same. If they ripped the Treyarch engine from the PS2 Spider-Man 2 game,
which was the best Spider-Man game of all time. Whoever says differently,
it had by far the best web swinging, and the combat wasn't that bad.
Just at the web swinging, I like. Yeah, you can actually gain momentum. You actually needed to try.
Yeah, there needed to be buildings nearby. You couldn't just web swing on the skybox.
Or then you just swing from... My favorite thing was swinging from the road to get momentum.
You could... Oh, yeah, you could do that. That was cool.
Yeah, you can swing from the bottom and then just have momentum upwards.
Yeah, you could... Yeah, that was pretty cool.
They were really clever with their engineering for that. It was really impressive.
Yeah, no, and not to mention, it was easy to use. That was the big thing.
It's one of those licensed games that doesn't suck.
Yeah. No, there's actually a handful of licensed games that don't actually suck, believe it or not.
Yeah, like there's GoldenEye, there's Aladdin.
There's King Kong. I'm not sure if you remember that. The Peter
I
Jackson's
remember
King
there
Kong.
being like I remember there being a King Kong video game. Was that decent?
My brother and I thought it was amazing because the story doesn't really follow the movie at all, and you play as Jack, and it's a really it's a first person shooter game, but the controls were really cool, like the way the weapons worked and how you could set fires, but you had to grab the right materials first in order to do it. The game was pretty awesome. I don't want to say grab an emulator and download the ROM. But
No,
I can't think of any other way to play it.
I think that game is like past the that's past the cutoff game of when I use emulators.
Yeah.
Like I actually.
But no, I highly recommend you.
Yeah, like if I find a copy for cheap, I'll probably pick it up.
Yeah. I do highly recommend you play it.
Yeah, I actually have a cutoff date when it
channel
comes to
or not.
emulators. Like I would use emulators for probably like handheld games that we can't record otherwise, or like maybe the cartridge games of like the 90s, but like disc-based stuff, no, too complicated.
Yeah, perhaps.
Let's see.
My rule on emulators is basically PS2 and that generation and older. I won't play anything on emulator newer.
Let's see. What else do you think Sony will have? Let's see. We talked about.
Did they announce a sequel to Last of Us?
That was rumored. Which they already said. That was rumored, and they announced that won't be at E3.
Okay.
So, but that means that just means it won't be at E3.
Right.
Yeah,
it's pretty much confirmed.
Yeah, come on. Let's.
It was a popular enough game to get a sequel, and Naughty Dog loves making trilogies, and then selling said franchise to a different company, and then making a new one. It happened with Jack. It happened with.
No, it didn't
Crash.
happen with Jack. Like I think Sony still owns Jack.
Sony still
Yes.
owns Jack, but
Yeah.
Naughty Dog made it, and then put the rights off to a different dev team. While they
They actually sent it to Ready at Dawn.
Which Ready at Dawn actually makes pretty decent games.
it's like
Order
Bandicoot
18.
games-
Like I'm gonna be honest, like 1886 is sort of the black sheep for Ready at Dawn, because before that they actually made like games for like the PSP.
yeah.
So Ready at Dawn can make a good game. It's just
No. You could even in 1886, you could see the elements of a good game. It just didn't coalesce together as one.
they focused way too much on story.
That wasn't even the primary problem for me. It was just too damn short.
It's too damn short. It's too short. I saw a lot of complaints on there about how there was boss fights that were literally the same as the last boss fight you fight.
To me, it was like, wait a minute. Boss fight that's repeating over? That's unheard of in gaming community. I'm just like, you have to do the exact same thing over and over and over again. I'm just like, wait a minute.
No, 1886 had the elements of a good game, but I just can't find it in myself to call it a good game.
I understand that. But, let's see. What else?
Maybe we'll see more of that Dreams project from Media Molecule.
Oh, yeah, that's a definite.
Oh yeah, I
That's a
hope we
definite.
see.
I don't think there's even a release date for that yet.
No. I know they're probably going to announce a beta that anyone can join. It'll be open beta for it.
Okay, definite thing. We're definitely going to be seeing some more stuff from Final Fantasy 15 at Sony's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Sony's?
At Sony's.
Yeah, why not at Sony's?
Actually, you know what? I think Square Enix is going to have like another segment dedicated to them.
Yeah,
They had one last year. They had one in 2013. I'm going to say it's a definite.
Yeah, it's a bit for strategy wise. Just think about it. Most people own PlayStation over than Xbox right now.
Is there?
Actually,
they're
they're pretty head and head right now.
Actually, did they announce the Sleeping
Sales
Dogs
wise.
2?
Really? I heard sales-wise, they were pretty much neck and neck.
You're probably thinking of quarter terms. For overall sales, PlayStation is still millions ahead of them. Right now, PlayStation is ahead of PS2 for terms of sales. So I don't know where you heard that of where they're neck and neck.
But I don't know why, but I have this feeling like there's gonna be a sequel to like Sleeping Dogs.
Oh, I've been waiting for a sequel to Sleeping Dogs.
Sleeping Dogs was awesome. Like, I didn't play too much of it, but from the little I played, I absolutely loved.
The storyline was godlike.
Please let there be a sequel. Like, you guys did a definitive edition. Now's a good time to do like a sequel.
Yeah, or at least announce one.
Yeah, at least announce a sequel.
But will that happen? Yeah, that most likely happen on PlayStation. If they do.
Oh, Xbone versus
what about
PS4
Xbone
sales. Hold on.
Yeah, it's still like 2 to 1.
PlayStation 4 sales beat.
That's for you're probably thinking of monthly terms.
I was probably thinking the first few months.
No, the very first few months, PlayStation stole 1 million just in the U.S. in 24 hours. Xbox sold 1 million.
Telltale Games announced Walking Dead Season 3.
Oh yeah, and an Xbox and a Batman game too. That was cool. I thought that was pretty interesting. Of a Batman Telltale Hearts game. A Telltale Hearts? Wow, I'm an idiot.
Some people are hoping for Elder Scrolls 6 at Bethesda, because apparently that's going to be happening.
Well, of course it's going to be happening. Or as I like to call it, The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind Part 8.
Part 8? That's pretty good.
What's it called? There was a game series called Ultima, and when they made Ultima 7, they wanted to make another game based off that Ultima engine. But if they did that, they didn't feel right calling it Ultima 8, so they called it Ultima 7 Part 2.
Oh wow, the Bethesda thing is happening in like 8 minutes.
Yeah,
do we want to tune into that?
Okay, let's just do Bethesda. They're going to announce Dishonored 2.
Of course they
they announced that last year, so hopefully we'll get some more details.
Or game, maybe even a release date.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of interested to know, like, if Bethesda has a conference, that means they have a lot of shit to show.
They didn't really show a lot of shit last year, and they had a conference.
Yeah, they had like 4 or 5 games. That's still a pretty good length. We know Dishonored 2 is going to be there. We know...
Fallout 5. Just kidding.
No, that's not going to happen.
Actually, you know what?
No, it's way too early.
I'm not too personally excited about this, but Dragon Rift, who we've had on a few times, he's really hoping for Quake.
Okay. I kind of don't want to say it, because I know so many people liked it, but I didn't like Doom.
The new Doom game?
Yeah.
What was wrong about it?
Hold on, Radomir. I'm just going to press this little red button next to your name.
Okay.
No, let him explain himself. Then we can give him shit for it later. Please, Radomir.
Okay, and I'll be right back. Okay.
Are you still there?
Well, no, Miles left, but I'm here.
Okay, that's fine. Basically, it's especially the E3 demo they showed off. I wasn't impressed at all, because the game seemed to move really sluggish. And the one thing I liked about Doom, and especially Quake, is that it moved incredibly fast and things were incredibly hard to hit and shoot. The new Doom is nothing like that. It's nothing like...
Wait, actually, have you ever actually played the game?
Yeah.
I thought it was very fast paced.
Really?
Yeah, I
can't agree. I can't agree.
I was like, you always moving. You always have to be moving and shit. And it was hard. It was some parts it was hard to shoot because you had to stand still for a second to shoot. But
did you?
Yeah.
Because I had no problem hitting things.
Well, again,
everything was as easy to shoot as in any other shooter game or any other.
But for me, it was just a whole different experience. I never actually played like any Doom game before.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, it's definitely not as bad as as bad as the Bethesda trash that their main dev team works on. But I don't know.
Actually Markiplier, who's a huge Doom fan, loved the game overall. He said he remembered when he first downloaded Doom on his computer, well, his father's computer.
Right.
So, but that is interesting that you say that. That is.
Yeah, I just no, that's why I don't know. I have a lot of unpopular opinions.
Slow instance from or sluggish. I played it on the Xbox, and
no. It's definitely faster paced. Like the closest comparison I can make is Halo because it's not. Hello.
oh, there we go. All right, what was the last word you heard, Radmir?
I don't remember.
Remember you compared it to Halo, and I said you can't compare to Halo because Halo was a whole different beast because you can actually step back and take your time with your shots if you wanted to.
But you can do it in the new Doom as well. Like it's not hard to hit things.
But after you can't like run to the beginning and then just take a sniper.
Okay.
There's really no sniper in the game. Well, then again,
I suppose that's true, but
like
I said, it's not hard to hit anything. You don't need a sniper.
No, for me, I'm more of a sniper type of guy of holding in the back and just sniping each one of them carefully off. That's actually how I played Halo. I was horrible at running gunning, so I was more of standing, shooting. And
I mean, running and gunning was the best way to play the game. Even in PvP, snipers only had the advantage as long as no one found them.
True. But then again, my kill count was really high, especially with my sniper skills. My friend Cameron said for Halo 3 I should have just went to state. I went to competitions of what my sniping skills were.
Like, okay, I think the fact that I'm comparing it to Halo is indicative that I don't think that little of the game. Like I said, it's better than the rest of the Bethesda shit that comes out, but I don't know. I can tell that it did retain some control over the game because it's not total shit. But hello.
All right, no, I'm thinking. Yeah, okay, I can see where you're coming from there.
Okay, Slacker still isn't saying anything.
Yeah, I know he came back, and then we kind of hear each other.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just move on for right now, I guess.
Alright, so from Bethesda to who? Or do we want to tune into the Bethesda thing?
I know. Let's see. What else does Bethesda still can release? I'm not going to tune in. I'm just going to get these Spark notes after. I'm not a... Oh, a new Wolfenstein New Order.
Okay, yeah, actually.
Apparently my mic was not working.
Ah, there you are.
Yeah, there. Apparently my mic was not registering.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 IGN. Neon Cabaret is always set to fail.
Yeah, what he said.
Failure.
Doomed.
Doomed. We're all doomed. Yeah,
But,
Bethesda should be starting any second now. So we'll have. So if any of you wants to pull that up, it'll be good. I'm just gonna check Twitter.
No, I think we should probably. How long have we been recording for?
I'm gonna say about an hour.
About an hour. I think we should end soon.
Really? All right.
Well, maybe.
Yeah,
How long do you want this podcast to go on?
Because Bethesda's isn't gonna be too long.
I think Bethesda's gonna be maybe 50 minutes, maybe.
I mean, we could split this up into 2 videos.
That's true. But yeah, I'm actually kind of hoping for a new Wolfenstein game.
Yeah, I actually would not be. I would not
predicting
find that much
too.
at all.
Wolfenstein: The New Order. I never played any Wolfenstein before that, and I thought it was fantastic.
It was interesting. Like the Wolfenstein remake was actually good, which kind of surprised me because usually when a big company like that remakes an old shooter game, it's bad. But this was actually really good. And then the sequel came out, and I was like, okay, this one's probably gonna be worse. No, it was just as good. All right, I'm excited.
I played Old Blood, which was the DLC for Wolfenstein, and I had its own storyline and everything.
Yeah. No, like the new Wolfenstein games are actually pretty good.
So yeah, I'm hoping for a new one, and hopefully they don't fuck it up.
All right, the Bethesda thing's starting now.
All right.
Alright, you guys, so do you want to just, Miles, you just want to cancel the recording and then start a new one? And we can do a reaction to it?
I don't know. Jake, do you want to record it?
Well, no, that's what I just asked you.
I mean, I can record it. I have OBS open.
Well, the thing is, maybe we'll have like an overlap. Maybe you can start your recording and then I'll stop mine.
I actually have to get it up, and I actually never did screen recording yet, so I don't know how to do it for right now, but...
Okay, then I'll probably just keep recording.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, I can record if you want. I have OBS.
Oh.
No, I have OBS too, it's just I haven't set it up on my computer yet to do screens.
What I do.
Do screens.
But I do. That's
well,
the
I wouldn't be. Well, if I do it, I won't be recording the screen. I'll probably just be checking Twitter.
Okay.
I'll put on the conference. I'll rely on you guys to actually watch it. So, like, that way, when I'm talking about it, you guys aren't completely confused.
All right.
Oh no, but that's the best part, Stevie Wonder syndrome.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Just tune in because we got about an what? Hold on.
Oh, we got about 3 minutes ago.
Okay.
We're about 3 minutes late.
Oh, are we? Oh, no. The broadcast started. I know that.
Yeah, the broadcast started about 9 minutes ago. No, sorry, about 3 minutes ago. That's when it started. Because I think they started at 9.
No. I tuned in. They were offline until I just... okay.
Oh, 7 p.m.?
Yeah, 7 p.m. PST. So that's
that's 10 o'clock. Yeah, we can stop. Yeah, we can definitely stop the recording.
Yeah, we have another hour.
Yeah, so let's stop and then regroup around there.
Alright, so actually, let's put a number count so we don't confuse Radomir. Miles is going to be first, you're going to be second, and then I'll be last.
Okay. That American Slacker.
I've been Radomir.
I've been real just Jake.
And apparently this was Neon Cabaret. We'll see you in a
not? I'm so confused.
We'll see you in about an hour.